Hey, good afternoon. I just came from the movie Home. It's an animated movie. If you can envision the Teletubbies and put them in animation, this is kind of what the characters look like. Now, the characters, the aliens that show up in Home, the primary characters, they've been featured in animated shorts before. So, and I wish I could remember which animated movies they were a part of. For whatever reason, I want to say that they were with maybe a Toy Story movie. I want to almost say that Mr. Peabody and Sherman that these guys showed up in. So we have a little bit of an introduction. If you've seen any of those movies and know what I'm talking about, well, you're right there. And what they show in the shorts is that their planet blows up and they're looking for a new home. Well, they come to Earth, and all the humans ended up down in Australia. And all these little alien guys are purple, and when they lie, they turn green. They've taken out the rest of the United States. One of their bases is in Paris, and the whole thing is that these aliens are running from this other alien who they think is after them, which I'll talk about in just a second. So one of the aliens is very clumsy. He is the main character of the movie. And really, this movie is about imperfection. There's some other things here I'll talk about as well, but imperfection is the big theme of this movie. And see, this is an imperfect moment too, because I've just left the camera because I wanted to get some power into this. So sorry you're seeing my hand right there. So it's about imperfection. It's about mistakes. It's about the quirkiness that all of us have on some level, but in every group and every organization, there is one who is the most clumsy, most klutzy, most quirky. And oftentimes we always dismiss those people. We see it in movies all the time where it's always the unsung hero who saves the day, who has all the limitations and the oddities that we despise, that we think they're a pest. But actually, almost always think they're sort of prophetic because they show us our own human limitations and that sort of thing. But anyway, this clumsy alien meets this young teenage girl whose mother has been kidnapped by these aliens and sent off to Australia. And so the whole object of the movie, what the story is based on, is to go try to find the mother. They go to Paris and they learn that she's in Australia, and that's where they head. And so as we go along, this alien, this young girl, from two different worlds, obviously, two different mindsets, two different cultures, and that's the biggest thing that you take away from this movie, is the fact that two different cultures, two different ways of thinking and doing can be trapped together and learn from one another. Again, we've seen this played out in other movies before, but I think with the whole Starbucks thing recently about talking about racial relations, I'm in the minority there, where I think what Starbucks had attempted to do was actually good. Because when do we talk about racial relations? When we have a Ferguson incident, of course. Outside of a Ferguson incident, we just kind of put it on the back burner and hopefully we'll come back to it. So I think this movie, if you watch it, I don't even know if you have to watch it too carefully. It's pretty much there. That's one of the main themes of this movie. How do two different people of different backgrounds, races, one alien, one human, two different tensions, two different objectives in this movie, one to find the mother and one to get the code broken so that the big bad aliens come after his friends, don't come get them as well. So we travel along, we get to the end of the movie, and finally we learn that the big bad alien who was chasing the other aliens who came and captured the Earth, all he wanted was one little rock to, and this rock contained all the little opportunities for him to sustain his own people, his own livelihood. So, and incidentally, the clumsy guy ends up being the big leader and the big hero of the movie. And the mom gets back with the little girl, and everything is happily ever after. And I talked about mistakes, and I talked about race relations. I think also, too, you get an opportunity to try to understand another person. And I think in this day and age where, especially in the Middle East, where you have so many different cultures fighting amongst one another, and here in the United States, we're trying to figure out our best position on all this. Even in America, we have different positions on what to do with the Middle East. Some people say stay away completely. Others say take the Palestinian side, take the Israeli side. Some Americans even want to join ISIS. So we have a wide variety of different perspectives on this. So that's what Home did for me. It wasn't just a movie. Um, it also too. I think as adults we have a tendency to want to stay away from kids movies because we think they're just for kids. Well, they're more than that. They help us open up our own little inner childhood as well that we want to kind of put aside and not think is important. You might think it's weird a 42-year-old single male going to kids movies. I have to say, for the vocation that has chosen me, it's how I'm able to work and navigate my vocation on such a regular basis because it's tough and it's difficult. And for those who are in service positions, you have to be able to embrace all of life because you realize how life it's precious and it's short. And so animation helps us to do that. And it's not just animation for animation's sake, but there's a lot we can take from it too. And so I would highly recommend you, adults, middle-aged, go see this movie. Take your kids, obviously, if you have them, but if you don't have kids, go anyway. Enjoy it. Get a perspective on things. Relax. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this. That's what this girl does for this alien. She teaches him how to relax, how to express himself in a different light, to dance. And I'm not much of a dancer, but there are people that I go around that take me out of my own comfort zone too, who help to broaden things. There were some trailers in this movie, in Home. The Charlie Brown trailer, the Peanuts trailer, I'm so excited to see. It's in December. Probably next to Star Wars, Tomorrowland, Avengers. If Rambo comes out, those four, I think Charlie Brown is right up there with my most anticipated movies of this year. What else was trailered today? Transylvania. It came out a couple of years ago about the Dracula, and then the human falls in love with Dracula's daughter. Well, they have a kid here, and you get to see how the kid develops. That was another movie that was focused upon, and I think that's all I can remember. So, you have a great day. Again, go see Home. See it today, right now. Drop whatever you're doing, go see it. You have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.